this year, I think I feel like the most this year, 2025. I want to say I experienced the most in 2025. So much, getting to know myself, my belief, where I stand with God. It was just like a year where you kind of had to let go and let God, in a sense. I just want to create a platform and a space where everyone is welcomed to listen in. Maybe not everything is for you, but there will be something that you can take away. And it's not that I hate who I used to be, it's just that I stopped renting space to her, if you kind of get what I'm saying. Because most of the times we let everything else cloud our judgment, and we take on so many things. We shapeshift in a way, and all of these things are unnecessary and just extra add-ons that we actually do not need, but it's just like it becomes a scratch and just clouds our judgment. And those are the things that we kind of rent. Personally, for myself, I'm a very soft-hearted. I'm not trying to speak myself up or whatever, but my nature, I'm very soft-hearted. I can be very quiet. I can also be extremely loud. But that's when I'm comfortable, and then I'm just chaotic. But I used to be a people pleaser so badly, and when I was doing it, I didn't like it. I knew that I wasn't being authentic. I knew that I was essentially hiding a part of me because I wanted to be what I thought somebody else wanted me to be. And so that left me questioning so much of my identity. And so this year, 2025, it's a lot has happened in 2025, but it's actually helped me kind of, rewire the way I think, and the way I see things, and the way I approach things, and I'm so grateful. So I used to shapeshift. I used to mimic people who moved in their gift, and I would think that maybe if I copied their rhythm, the way that they were doing things, the way that they were passionate about this thing that they were doing, I thought that if I mimicked that I would find mine. I would find, my gift, my calling. I would find what would make me feel truly authentic and myself. And I thought that, okay, Mackenzie, you're onto something. You're getting somewhere, And I thought oh wow, okay, you're so confident, you're so great. But that wasn't confidence. That was basically my fear dressed up as inspiration. So whenever I felt insecure, I would kind of mimic what somebody else was doing. And I would kind of tell myself, no, I'm inspired by them. I'm obviously I'm doing this because I'm inspired by them, and I mean everybody can do that. And I know how this maybe sounds, but I feel like maybe you relate. I feel like so many people go through this where it's deep down you know that you're not supposed to be in that room. You're not supposed to be in that crowd. You're not supposed to be doing that specific thing. But it's just so hard for you to be authentically yourself, so that when you see somebody who is authentic in their gift, and it's you can see it on them. You can see that is what their heart beats for. You can see that they are enjoying themselves, and it's you latch on to that dream. Not necessarily that you want to become them, but it's almost you are using that as a crutch to avoid becoming who you are supposed to be. So it's that you are supposed to be a carpenter. I feel that's a terrible example, but say you know deep down that you are supposed to be a carpenter. You're very good at carpentry and stuff, but it's just you still don't feel confident enough, because that's where it comes from. Also, lack of confidence. You still don't feel confident in your work, your craft. And so maybe you see Jack, and Jack does plumbing, and you see how well he does it. You see how, passionate he is. And so you're like this, you know what? I mean, I know a thing or two about plumbing, let me just do this. And you find yourself, doing a bit here and doing a bit there of plumbing, but deep down that that's not what you're supposed to do. But because you're so afraid to shine in your own gift, that you focus on somebody else's gifts where they are thriving. Jack is thriving in plumbing, and so you kind of take time away from what you could be doing for your own gift. You're focusing your energy and your time trying to mimic somebody else's gift, and at the end of the day you realize, well, I'm actually not that great of a plumber. Like, you knew it wasn't gonna work. You're just kidding yourself. But the truth is that that version of me, it wasn't the real me. She was built on survival, not on self. She was built on the need to please, the need to be somebody else, right? And I think this year, just sitting with myself, and if I look back sometimes, if I look back right now, I feel like I've gotten so far. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I am making a point to be intentional so that I get to the version of myself that I know I can be. I'm building on my authentic self and things that feel authentic and real to me.